Good morning everyone. I am Dr. Devi Prasad, working as Associate Professor in Department of Management Studies, Gayatri Vidya Parishad College for Degree and PG courses, Visakhapatnam. In today's class, in this video, we are going to discuss about nature and scope of sales management. In the previous class, we have seen what is sales management, and we have discussed two main important definitions related to sales management in order to develop an understanding. We have learned that sales management consists of two main activities. One is management of sales and second one management of sales force. So management of sales includes planning, directing and controlling of sales, and the second part, management of sales force, includes recruiting, selecting, equipping, assigning, routing, supervising, paying, motivating of sales force. So in the first part, management of sales, the sales manager will perform the role of marketing manager. In the second part, management of sales force, the sales manager will perform the role of the HR manager. And let us see what are the activities related to nature and scope of sales management. And first of all, we will discuss the nature of sales management. So the sales management consists of certain characteristics where it is going to define its nature. So sales management is always goal oriented. It is a continuous process. Sales management is a systematic approach. Sales management includes relationship selling. Sales management should integrate marketing management, and sales management will be consisting of different sales or jobs or positions, and sales management is a persuasive function. Now let us see one by one. So the first one is sales management is goal oriented. So always the sales management or the evaluation of sales management will be talked in terms of numbers or the figures. So what is the sales figure or what is the sales target you have achieved? Right from the company and the product or the product manager or the sales manager or the salesman or sales officer and sales executive. So each and every role or job or position created in sales management, they are going to work basing on the sales targets only. So what are the monthly targets, what are the weekly targets, or what are the daily targets, or what are the yearly targets that are achieved by the sales team with respect to products and services. And similarly, these sales targets will be given to the distributors, wholesalers, retailers by the respective companies in order to have good performance in the market. So always sales management is going to be goal oriented. So the first and foremost nature of the sales management, it will be working or it will be executed basing on the sales targets. And the second one, sales management is a continuous process. So sales management will be planned or executed or controlled in each and every financial year or the calendar year. So maybe before beginning of the financial year or calendar year, the firms will be engaging their sales team in the concept of sales forecasting. So what could be the likely sales for the future year? And once the sales forecasting is done, then the company or the firm will be involved in producing the products and distributing the products and selling those products in the market. And once the sales got completed or the financial year is ended, they are going to review the performance, how many products we have sold in the market and what is the sales forecasting that is estimated at the beginning of the year. And once the sales target is completed, again the sales team will be going for sales forecasting. Again there will be production and distribution will be happen, and then that will be resulting into sales in market. So it is like a continuous process. And sales management is a systematic approach. So when you are planning the sales or forecasting the sales and executing the sales, means production and distribution of the product and selling the product in the market, each and every activity related to the sales management is going to be a systematic approach. So for sales forecasting, you are going to use so many qualitative statistical techniques or quantitative statistical techniques in order to have the estimate or exact estimate of the sales for the future year. And similarly, when you are producing the product and distributing the product, so many scientific methods, production planning and controlling techniques, and various distribution techniques will be utilized in a scientific manner, so that your sales management is going to be very accurate. And most of the times the sales management will be following or will be assisted by your marketing information system or your marketing intelligence. So basing on the marketing information system, always the sales management is going to take the decisions, so that the decision making is going to be scientific and the decisions related to the sales management are going to be systematic. And the next one is relationship selling. So sales management always performed along with the relationship selling, because the concept of relationship selling, or you can say simply customer relationship management, mostly the sales in the market will be done basing on the relations that are maintained by the sales team with the customers or the sales team with the middleman. So these cordial relationships between the sales team and the middleman or the final customer, so that are going to bring more and more sales to the company. So always nowadays each and every company, they are going to implement their own relationship selling or CRM programs, so that the sales can be done with the help of relationship marketing or relationship selling. And the second activity in this relationship selling is maintaining the customer database. So nowadays almost every firm, whether it is a FMCG firm or it is an industrial marketing B2B kind firm, they are going to maintain their own database related to the customers, where with the help of this database, the concept of this relationship selling will be executed. And the next one, marketing management integration. So always the sales management should be going in hand with the marketing management. Of course, sales management is a part of marketing management, where personal selling is one of the marketing mix elements that is in the promotion mix. The sales management should be having a good coordination and integration with other functions of marketing, like personal selling and advertising, personal selling and publicity, personal selling and direct marketing, personal selling and sales promotion. So if this personal selling and other promotion mix elements, if they are having good integration with one another, then the sales will be done according to the plan or according to the strategy designed by the marketing department. And the next one, different sales or job positions. So generally the sales management will be executed by creating so many jobs and positions in the organization, like sales manager or the sales officer or the salesman or the sales force or the sales executive, like that. So right from the field level salesman or the sales force to the top level sales manager, so the sales department will be consisting of different sales or different job positions, and they are going to execute or the plan the sales management functions or sales management goals or objectives in a timely manner. And here different sales can be selling the product, or you can say selling the service, or you can say after sales service, or you can say customer service. Okay, so sales management need not be only selling the commercial product or good to the customer. Sometimes your sales team includes a dedicated sales team for the after sales service, or the dedicated sales team for the customer service. Again, these after sales service or the customer service can be part of this sales management. And last one, sales management is a persuasive function. Now, what do you mean by this persuasive function? So always sales management should have some kind of motivation, or the sales manager or the salesman or the sales force, they should be having a good motivation. So here motivation can be financial motivation, non-financial motivation. Okay, so financial motivation, always it includes the sales incentives or the perks, or you can say any monetary benefits or any extra incentives offered by the company to the salesman when they are achieving the sales targets. And the non-financial incentives or the non-financial motivation, it includes the rewards or the recognition or the promotion or any special kind of recognition for the sales team or the salesman if they are able to achieve the sales target. So these are the activities or the tasks that are going to define the nature of the sales management. So once again, sales management is always goal oriented, which means sales management works on the sales targets, and sales management is a continuous process right from the sales forecasting, production and distribution, and until the selling in the market, followed by the customer relationship management. So everything is going to be a continuous process. And at the beginning of the financial year, maybe started with the sales forecasting, maybe at the end of the financial year, the sales management may be ending up with the evaluation of sales or evaluation of performance of the sales. And sales management is a systematic approach. It includes or it involves so many scientific approaches or so many statistical approaches in order to determine the sales and execute the sales. And sales management includes the relationship selling with the help of the relations or the cordial relationship between the customer and the company, or middleman and the company. Most of the times the sales will be done. And marketing management integration, which means the function of personal selling or sales management must be integrated with other functions of marketing, like advertising, like sales promotion, like publicity, or like direct marketing. And there will be different types of sales or job positions which are going to be executed by the sales department. And sales management is going to be persuasive function, which means the sales management will always be working or executed basing on the financial or non-financial incentives provided by the company to the salesman in order to encourage the salesman every part of time. And the second part in this video, the scope of sales management, where we are going to discuss what are the different activities to be performed by the sales management. The first one, sales planning or sales forecasting. That means the sales planning or sales forecasting includes what is the likely sales for a particular brand or for entire company in future period, maybe the coming financial year or maybe coming calendar year. What could be the likely sales that the company or a particular brand can have. And second operation, managing the distribution channel. So the sales management should be managing the distribution channel, whether the distribution channel can be a 0 level channel or 1 level channel or 2 level channel. That means the number of middlemen between the manufacturer and customer. If it is 0, that is no middleman between the manufacturer and customer. If the channel is 1 level channel, that means 1 middleman between the manufacturer and customer. If the channel is a 2 level channel, that means there will be 2 middlemen between the manufacturer and customer. So here the sales management or the sales department, they should be managing their own distribution channel so that the smooth flow of products can be there from the manufacturer to end customer. And then the next operation is hiring the sales personnel. So that means the recruitment and selection of the salespeople. So maybe right from the field level sales force, or the sales executives, or the sales managers, or sales territory sales in charge. Okay, so whatever may be the different roles or positions created by the sales department, so all those positions should be filled by creation of or by execution of this recruitment and selection. And then branding, labeling and packaging, so which is called as a BLP strategy. And this BLP strategy is generally part of the product strategy or the product mix strategy, where the branding, labeling and packaging can be given. But in this design of BLP strategy, sales department or the sales people or sales force can also be consulted when they are designing the branding strategy or the labeling strategy or the packaging strategy. And then controlling the sales force, because the sales department is having huge number of sales force depending on the number of customers in the market. The sales management should be controlling the sales force. That means the time to time review of the performance of the salespeople or the performance appraisal of the sales force, that should be conducted in order to have effective function of the sales department. And then the next operation in sales management is determining the structure and size of the sales organization. So what type of structure that should be suitable for the sales management or execution of sales management in the sales department, that should be decided. So in this concept, determining the structure, the sales organization or the sales department is going to review different available structures or organization structures, like line organization structure, line and staff organization structure, functional organization structure, product based organization structure, customer based organization structure, market based organization structure, geographical based organization structure, or project matrix organization structure. So here in this activity, the sales management is going to determine what could be the suitable organization structure for a particular sales organization, and also the size of the sales organization. That means how many employees must be there in the sales organization or sales department should also be determined here. That means here the concept of human resource planning or manpower planning will be executed, so that what could be the requirement of the sales force or the number of salespeople in the sales organization is going to be decided. Again, the same thing, human resource planning, which will be the concept of what is the current salespeople in the organization and what is going to be the future required salespeople in the organization. So by executing this human resource planning function, the gap between the current salesman and the future required salesman is going to be filled out. And then the sales management is also include another operation, that is after sales services, where once the product is sold to the customer, so whatever the services or repairs or maintenance or processing of the guarantees and warranties as required by the customer, that should be executed by the sales department only. And fixing sales quotas, the next operation here, sales quota is nothing but sales target. Okay, sales target in terms of number of products to be sold, sales target in terms of revenue to be generated, sales targets in terms of new customers going to be added, sales targets in terms of number of customers provided the customer service. So here the sales quota or sales target can be of different types as decided by the sales management. And then sales budgeting, so the budgeting for the sales department or the sales organizations, that should be done by the sales manager or the whoever in charge of the sales department. So in this concept of budgeting, different budgeting techniques like zero based budgeting, competitive sales method, competitive parity method, affordable method, so these kind of budgeting techniques will be used in order to determine the budget for the sales department. And the sales promotion, so because the salesman will be interacting with the market or members of the market like middlemen and the customer, it is the responsibility of the sales team to promote the product in the market. Whether you say the product demonstration or product presentation before the customer or the product promotion towards the middleman, it will be the responsibility of the sales team. And then training and development of the salespeople. So once the salespeople are recruited into the sales department, provision of training or providing continuous development programs by the department to the sales force must be there, so that the sales force will be equipped with new knowledge, new skills, and the right attitude in order to perform the sales function in the organization. And developing the salesperson's objectives. So here the salesperson's objective or the targets that are going to be fixed by the sales department to the each and every sales team member, that should be there. And the salesperson objective will be continuous process. Every year, every month, every week, that is going to be fixed. Apart from this sales related objectives, the development related objectives, that means what are the number of training programs that should be attended, or minimum training days that should be completed, or minimum skills that should be acquired. Okay, so such kind of personality development or the knowledge development related objectives must be defined by the sales manager or the sales team to the sales force. And determining the sales territories. So here sales territory is nothing but it is a geographical area or the geographical location where the sales must be done. So the sales territory may be a particular city or a part of a city, or it can be a rural area, a rural village. Okay, so any geographical location or geographical area where the segmented customers or the target customers are there, that should be divided and assigned to a particular salesperson. So here there will be a special sales team or a sales manager or the sales in charge who will be taking care of the sales in that particular sales territory or geographical area. So under determining the sales territories, the sales management is going to divide the entire market or entire country or entire city, whatever may be the geographical location, into different sales territories in order to assign the sales force or the sales targets in that particular territory. And organizing support service. So here organizing support service is nothing but the supporting services to the customers or provision of after sales services to the customers. And then the compensation and remuneration of salespeople. So how much salary that should be paid to the salesman, whether it is a straight salary plan, or it is a commission plan, or it is going to be salary plus commission plan. So depending on the performance of the salespeople, so how much salary that should be paid by the company to the salesman, that will be determined here. And finally, motivating the salespeople. So this motivation includes financial motivation and non-financial motivation. So financial motivation includes all the perks and perquisites, incentives which are monetary, and non-financial incentives that can be recognition, that can be promotion, or that can be any special identification by the company to the particular sales team. So these are the different operations which will be coming under the scope of sales management. Thank you.